Remigration. Remigration. I have absolutely no problem saying that word.
Come Sunday, this man could be in pole position to form a government here in Austria. It would mark the first time in the country's post-war history the far right are in charge. Leading in the polls, the FPO promises to build a fortress Austria against so-called outsiders.
We are not going to accept any asylum requests anymore. We are not responsible for them.
His supporters across the country agree. This person in Salzburg says migration is a major problem. You hardly meet any Austrians. And another here in Vienna. You don't really feel safe in your own country anymore. Remigration is a relatively new phenomenon sweeping across Central Europe. It's a far-right political policy referring to the forced return of people from ethnic minority backgrounds. Enforcing it would mean an end to multiculturalism. And here in Austria, policy of its kind has already pushed some people out. In 2020, the government imposed Operation Luxor, a large-scale police operation, but many Muslims were caught up in it. Farid Hafez, an academic born and raised in Austria, was subjected to a police raid in the middle of the night. He now lives in the US.
I think it is definitely a feeling of estrangement, a feeling of alienation that you get after something like that happens. And it's less so because of the violence of the state that is always imminent. But it is more maybe the lack of opposition to such cruel policies.
There has already been a shift to the right with tougher asylum policy in place, but some call for further restrictions. Lawyers point to legal obligations that must be upheld.
There is an issue, but I think we as Austrians, as Austria, can solve this issue also by being in compliance with the human rights.
As voters head to the polls in just a few days' time, highly controversial Herbert Kickl, the self-proclaimed future People's Chancellor, a term used by Adolf Hitler, is now within reach of a historic victory. Shadia Edwards-Dashti, TRT World, Vienna.